guys, welcome to Creation Lab Soapery channel. Today I'm really excited about this soap. We're going to be making snow globes, and we're going to be doing it out of cold process soap. Now I'm not the first person to make something like this. A lot of soapers are making similar. I've mainly seen it done with bath bombs. I wanted to do a soap, and this is going to be a two-part video because one part is making the donuts. So we're going to be making little donuts. And then the other part is once they're all done and I can break them out of the molds and everything, then I will put them on top of each other with a bunch of cream in the middle and then put a little cream on top. And then I will be adding the snow globes, and I'll show you what these look like. They're bouncy balls. And so if you can just imagine this sitting on top of bouncy balls, on top of the donut soaps, it's gonna be a cool snow globe effect. And we got snowman, and we have a reindeer, and I don't know why the reindeer's got pink in it, but I'm sure the little girls will love that one. And I'm gonna have Santa Claus. And we have the abominable snowman, and he's adorable too with his little face. He wants to move on you. But anyway, these will be fun, and they'll be something that they can keep long after they have their soap. And these will be really great stocking stuffers. I know, because the pink and the blue, I was going back and forth on whether I should do a pink and blue donuts. And these are Christmas bath bombs, so I'm just sticking to red and green. And I'm gonna do a white with, I'm still deciding if I'm gonna be doing Christmas sprinkles or whatever, but gonna make that white stick out a little bit more with something. Still deciding, but that's for tomorrow. And so with that, I got something on my elbow, wipe that off. And we're gonna mix the soap, get it all together. So these are brand new molds to me. I don't know how much will go how far, so I am just guessing and playing it all by ear. Have the idea and a semi-plan, and we're going with that. Oh, I forgot to mention the fragrance oils I'm using are by Nature Garden, and it's Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies and Tinsel, which are both kind of sugary sweets with some fruity notes in it. But it's like, I would say candy that you have, like it's more of the sugar stuff. And it's just gonna be really great. I think it's a kid-friendly scent. I mixed the two together, so. All right, well first we'll start by mixing our soap. All right. That should do. Get my things to the side. I probably am gonna just do one. Oh, we'll see, because that's a lot to go in each one. We'll see. Undo. And I'm already changing things already by yeah. No, we'll do this. So, like I said, I don't have it completely thought out too much, but I know that if I put too much in, it will be, and to the top, it won't fit into these containers. I need to get my mid-grade containers. And I did not plan that out, nor I need to get a few more. I've already used them today soaping, so. All right. So we are gonna do red and green. Now, with my green, I'm gonna do a blend too. I'm gonna do Evergreen Mica, which is this deep green. To me, it's like a Christmas green, but I also want to give it a little extra pop, and so I'm going to put a little light Green Vibrance in it and just do a blend of that so that has a teeny bit of a pop. And then we're gonna be doing Nurture Soap's newest Trial by Fire, which is the red that doesn't bleed and is supposed to be a real true red. And I want these to be really good, so I'm putting a heaping in there. And then I will mix those, and then I'm gonna blend in the fragrance by hand. So, but I'll mix the colors first. Yeah, that is definitely a nice, get off the sides, a nice Christmas green. And go into the red. To do a little mixing by hand there too, but that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be mixing in my fragrance oil. And so, all right, we'll pour some in here and pour the rest in there, and then I'll just mix by hand, and I'll also be scraping the sides to get it off. I'm trying to do, I think I'm doing too much stick blending, trying to do a little bit of trial and error to figure out why more of my soaps I make accelerate. And so far on my last soap, it did a little bit, but the TD part was what did, but mixing. And this, but the red on it didn't, so I think this may be my compromise, is to do the mixing by hand. Now, because I'm going to be doing these into donut molds, I think I'm going to be doing my green into one of these pour containers after all, but we'll just get the reds. I was thinking of doing red and then green and then red and then green, but I'm thinking why not add one red and one green if I can get that amount even. We'll see. I should have did a cookie shape. I didn't think of that. And then just this is completely on if it acts perfect for me. Hopefully, if not, then we'll redo them. I should have added the fragrance oil and the green afterwards. I'm gonna do a little cleanup obviously on that one. If we put them on a cookie sheet, it's a lot easier to tap out the holes, the little air bubbles, and make them smoother. You see how I do that, how that fixes it a little? And this fragrance oil in me, always. And I smell some Christmas tree notes in there though too. That's kind of cool. Coming through. All right, I'm gonna work fast and see what I can get done. And then hopefully my green behaves with me. And, you know, I miss Melanie coming and doing soap with me. That's okay, she's got things she's doing. But it certainly is nice to have a second person. If I had her here, I'd be like, Mel, go get me a cookie sheet. And she can help me when certain soaps are not behaving exactly so well. It just makes it so you speed up what you're doing ×2. And that, we'll see. Maybe she can be here for February soaps. We're not gonna be doing any January soaps. We take a break in December and we don't make any soaps. So in December would be when the soaps are being made for January. And we're gonna focus on family during that time. And that's kind of been the thing. We'll make all the Christmas stuff and just do the sales and Then it also gives January, gives it the time for, let's scrape that out. I'm not gonna use that one because it's got red in it, but there's not enough soap to fill that one completely. I'm just gonna see what I can do. This one's being a hot mess. Maybe I'll just put the excess in there. It'll be a sample. But this one really needs to tap down. Just scrape out the rest and see whatever's in there, and we'll cut it into little bitty pieces for samples. We'll make it work some way so it doesn't look so funny. And then green. I hope you're over there being all nice to me over there. It's probably, yeah, you wish. All right. So for red, that's how many we got. For green, oh my goodness. It's not gonna matter with the pour container. It's gonna be a scoop. And I know I'm just gonna, it's really messy. Really messy. Tomorrow I get my Grayson here. His daddy's been working on, they got a to-do house, or fixer-upper, I guess is what you want to, is probably the better word to use. And they had babies come along in between it, and they have one bathroom that needs some work. They got not quite a 2-year-old, and he'll be 2 in March, and they got a 1-month-old, so the little one that's, you know, not the 1-month-old, but Grayson, he is all over his dad when he's home. And so, and mommy's doing work. I don't know if she's, I think she's like at work now. She was doing work for home. So he's like, I need to get this done. Do you think you could take him so I can safely use the equipment and he'd be safe? And of course. So we moved up our soap day to today, and then I get to be having Grayson time tomorrow. And of course, you know that means lots of pictures. I do lots of pictures and videos. He probably knows Grandma more with the phone in her hand for the camera reasons than he knows me without. You know, I got to capture all those moments. I remember when he was a baby. I know this is going to be really weird, but it's confession time. I took so many pictures of him just sleeping. It was like, he would just breathe that like baby fast. I don't know why they breathe so fast when they're little, but I just thought it was so adorable. And once in a while, he'll make one of those little squeals they do when they stretch or something. Oh, I just love it. So it's not going to matter too much, like the top parts here, how they look, etc., because they're going to be in the center, and they're going to have that piping that is going to be in the middle. And so that's the one good thing about these things. It's not going to matter as much. I want to try and get as many, though. I don't know what it is with the corner. Maybe it's the angle, but I'm having a hard time with that one. You're like, lies, you're having a hard time with the whole one. Yes, I know. But that's how I soap, I swear, lately. It's just life is so busy and trying to fit it in. And we're like, we wanted to have the soap done and ready to be in for November. And we got some that our Christmas soaps will be in November. Wanted to give it so that 2 months worth of sales, because honestly, Christmas soaps, and that's why some soapers don't make them, they don't really sell afterwards or after the holidays. But we have a lot of people that absolutely love the holidays, and they can't wait to see what unique things we do. We usually never make the same thing twice, and except for certain items, like we make Christmas oranges, and we make these mountain pour pugs that I think I've probably done over 100 of them, to be honest. I went from yay pugs to, because you just do them so much, and they're the most tedious work because there's so much. Every single one takes 2 hours to make because I have one mold. I haven't been able to find another mold. When I bought it, I was just like, oh, that would be cute. Little did I know the obsession people are gonna have with those pugs. But then I have to, he's in our shop under Mr. Adorable. And that we got it because my niece loves pugs, and her mom asked me if I can possibly make a pug inspired soap. But then on it, on those pug soaps, I have to do all the details. Like we color the black parts black with mica, and you know, we put the brown, because most of pugs have these really deep chocolate brown eyes, and we get those in there, and just each one you have to do that, plus making each one, and then you got to make it, let it cool till you can unmold it, and then when you unmold it, you got to make another one. But the time in between, because it's a thick one, is 2 hours. So 2 hours just to make each soap, and then probably at least 10 minutes, if not 15, to do the details, because some of it you got to use this little teeny paintbrush, and it's little teeny tiny details, and you know, I adore them, but I also don't like it at the same time. You know, it's just one of those things, and I feel bad for chefs. I was thinking about that. Chefs at restaurants, you know, like not the fancy ones, because they got a revolving menu, but like some of the ones that have the old favorites and that, like, that they always do, and everybody knows to go there because they got the best hamburger, or one of their pastas are really good, or whatever's along those lines. But those poor cooks, every single day they go to work, they're going to be doing the same thing. They're going to be making the same orders, the same food. Once in a while, you know, which, you know, I'm sure, I know they don't like it. I work in a restaurant, but you know, they have the people like, don't do this, don't do this, we need this off, substitute this. And they do it because, you know, we aim to please the customers. But when you're also trying to rush orders out, because people's patience, I'm not kidding you, is like not there anymore. People be like, we've been here 15 minutes and we have not got our food. And you're like, average time, because things are made fresh. Like, we don't have pre-cooked. That's what's the difference between McDonald's and a restaurant. You know, they have, to be honest, McDonald's has their patties and they're pre-cooked, and a lot of fast food places do that. Not saying also if yours is different, but you know, TikTok and all the social media shows us a lot of the secrets that are inside those restaurants. But they put the hamburgers and they cook them, and then they have them sitting in a steam bath. And that, what that means is that they just like, they got the water so they're still moist, but they're already cooked. And so what they just do is they take it out and they put it on the grill for like a couple of seconds to heat up the patty, and then they will put it on and everything's wrapped and put together, and that's just kind of the way it is. I have more green than I had red. So I got a little bit left over, and I'm just gonna mix green and red into this one here. Got a little bit on my, but yeah, so like for ours, the patty is completely fresh, and we make thick hamburgers. So, you know, everybody wants the bigger hamburgers. When we tried to go smaller to save on time, everybody was mad. They're like, they shrunk, we don't want it, please bring it back. So we did, but it takes a little time to fully cook. It's funny because people want steaks. They want them for majority, not everybody, but a lot of people just experience from the restaurant is medium rare, which means pink. But a hamburger, that thing needs to be cooked all the way through. And then those people that have steaks too, that's going to take you 20 minutes, and that if it's at least 20 minutes if it's well done. And they'll complain. But everybody's so used to going to McDonald's. And that's not, and then I think it's bad is if something was taking a long time, in their opinion, what they do is take it out on the poor server, and no, they don't tip her. They're like, well, this happened. And I just think for me, I'm just shocked with the way society's changing. I was just talking to one of my servers about it the other day. And I'm like, they're like talking about customer service and how customers are. And they're like, you've probably experienced it for a long time because you've been managers and that. And I says, yeah, I have. But I tell you what, the way it is today and the way people are like, you do this, and if something doesn't go wrong, that means that nobody should have to pay at the table, or even like just customer service wherever it is, not even just food. People are like, you need to do this, and oh, this is just not up to my expectations. What are you going to do about it? And the attitude, and it wasn't like that. I think we're becoming a little bit ruder and entitled. Not everybody. But if you guys see that happening, or you see your teenage kids and that, I say let's take it back a little bit. Let's try and create a nicer world for each other and have respect for each other. No, it's not soap related. Sometimes I go rambling, but with the Christmas holiday, we always think about all that stuff, and you know, being kind to your fellow man and that. Let's try and start practicing it a lot more every day. And 2020's been hard, so let's make 2021 the sweetest year ever. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for listening to my ramblings. I hope you have a good day. We'll catch you next time, and you can find any of my soaps, link below. Feel free to like, subscribe. We appreciate it.